I'm all elated about what I've gonna hate to read today in the news that I'm here to obviously bring to you onto the United Matters channel. Happy New Year! I know every person at the corner of the world is gonna hate to see it that they enter a new year. I think South America, let me check and see whether South America is gonna hate to enter or get ushered into a new year. Let me see. Rio de Janeiro. Time now. Because I think all right, they've already gone ahead to get ushered into a new year. And guys, happy new year everyone that is watching us in onto the United Matters channel. Hope you guys have gone ahead to enjoy your celebrations as you ushered into the new year. Here in my country, it's always crazy, right? People are always out partying hard left, right, and center, but we thank God for the gift of life. But we here onto the United Matters channel, we welcome what we call the it's called the transfer window. It has opened today officially, and we wait to see how everything really pans out. And Man United are really one of those teams that are really preparing huge movements, ins and outs at the club to see whether they obviously try to really get to where they deserve to be. We thank God for the gift of life, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having the best of your days. And here I come in peace to obviously talk to you. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and Allah will protect you. Now today, I've gonna hit obviously compile a very huge story about Manchester United. First and foremost, it's gonna be about Erik Ten Hag. There will come in Sir Jim Ratcliffe, INEOS, and what Ten Hag is going to have to say about his meeting with INEOS. Ten Hag to face INEOS bosses this week. That is it. And the story was first told to us by Samuel Lucas that Man United are consulting with relevant figures at INEOS over potentially significant changes to the playing staff next month, while any decision on Erik Ten Hag's future would also have to be okayed by the INEOS side. Now, for everyone who really thought that it's gonna be just a simple decision to make on either to keep Erik Ten Hag or sack him, it's not gonna be like that. INEOS will have to obviously sit and obviously see how they're obviously going to take Erik Ten Hag into the positions he deserves to be as a player, because nothing has ever gonna hate to stop him from really performing well, and they should sit down with him and obviously get him to where he deserves to be. And now we got a story coming in from Lord Whitwell. Lord Whitwell is a United correspondent for The Athletic. He told us that Sir David Bracefold is expected to talk to Erik Ten Hag as well as coaching and recruitment staff, although formal meetings will come at a later date. Man United players are also in at the complex. So he was expected to talk to Erik Ten Hag and the coaching and recruitment staff, because before a step is taken on a decision on who is obviously supposed to come in through and do the job at the club of Man United, they have to first talk to Erik Ten Hag, and Erik Ten Hag has to first tell them what is really missing, what is really the problem at the club of Manchester United that maybe INEOS can find a solution for. Then after Erik Ten Hag comes in through and obviously gives the report to INEOS, then INEOS will take themselves into their meeting and obviously make a final decision onto as to whether they keep Erik Ten Hag or they really sell him. So that is it coming in from Erik Ten Hag, but it's really good to see that such movements are really commencing at the club of Man United. You need them. We need them to obviously start, because before you really go ahead and obviously make a decision on whether you're keeping Erik Ten Hag or not, you need to really sit him down and talk to him. You need to really get an open-minded opinion on the club of Manchester United and the manager coming in through from the players. So I think what INEOS are really doing is really great, and a lot will really happen and really take us miles and places. So that is Erik Ten Hag for you, and it looks like this meeting is really important. Then we are told yesterday that as the plan or as the meeting was really scheduled, we are told by Lord Whitwell that Sir David Bracefold is pending his first day meeting staff is spending his first day at Man United, that is Carrington, meeting staff and touring Manchester United's training ground, accompanied by football director John Mata and interim executive director Patrick Stewart. It is regarded as a light touch opening. So that is exactly what this man did yesterday on New Year's Eve, and he went ahead to obviously see to it that everything really goes on well. So I really like how INEOS is really conducting this. People don't know the importance of this, but this is really what you're supposed to do. If you are to go on to do a decision on a patient, you have to first, all you're going to do a surgery that Sir Jim Ratcliffe called out, not Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Rangney came out and really called an open heart surgery. You need to first examine the patient and to know what type of surgery are you going to do, which type of doctors or surgeons are you going to need, the nurses around, and the reagents you're going to use in the due course of obviously conducting the surgery. And this is exactly what INEOS is doing, and they're really trying to see to it that they obviously do everything in the right way. And for the Glazers, they've always not gone ahead to hold things professionally, because you need to first get to know the disease before you really get treatment. You get? How dare you treat something that you don't know? That is the hugest question that you will ever ask yourself. So for INEOS, they've gone ahead to obviously start to face off one another, and it's a Ten Hag face off with them, and you anticipate that with players still at training before they obviously play against Wigan, you anticipate that they've gone ahead to meet the manager and they are talking. So that meeting will be really held, and you're going to wait and see how everything really pans out. But as this meeting lags on, Ten Hag was asked about talking with INEOS. He said it will happen, no doubt about that. We will work together to set high targets, of course, for achievements and structures. We will talk about that. So Ten Hag has gone ahead to give us a very huge insight on what they're going to talk about, and he's really very, very confident on what the results are going to be, because he knows exactly that he's not a bad manager. He has a lot to talk to the new bosses at the club of Manchester United, and he knows that they'll listen to him because he's operating in situations that are really uncalled for. And this guy came in through and he put up a very good show at the club of Man United, and all along he has been telling them that the problem is simple. I've always gone ahead to see to it that everything goes on as planned, but I'm not really getting the backing I really deserved, and this manager has gone ahead not to be backed, as he's always gone ahead to call in for that backing. That is Erik Ten Hag for you. So we really wait and see how that really pans out, but this manager of Man United is really very positive onto how everything is going to pan out at the club of Manchester United. But the Glazers are really out of this. I think they'll only get confirmation, and they'll just be kept informed onto what they're supposed to be doing for the club of Manchester United. That is it. So thank you very much for watching through. Ten Hag is set to face off with the INEOS bosses, and after facing off the INEOS bosses, then the INEOS bosses will go ahead and really take the report to Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and then a decision will be made during the January transfer window. And we've been told that no transfer will be really given a green light, before consulting the INEOS side, because we all know that the transfer window is open today, and that confirmation or approval is pending until I think the early 20s of January. So we wait and see whether that will happen. So that does not guarantee that the Glazers should obviously do business, maybe bring in players, sell off players before consulting the INEOS side, because even if you recruit a player right now and INEOS takes over, they might find themselves inheriting very many huge problems like they've gone ahead to obviously inherit, that have been obviously put up by the Glazers. And this is when we get to know that the Glazers were not needing a person to sell 100%. They needed someone who has some good history of managing a football club and hand over duties that are footballing and see how things are really going to head to happen, because for them, they've gone ahead to invest in a lot of money, but the results have not gone ahead to come on as planned. So your thoughts on Ten Hag to face INEOS bosses are welcome in the comment section below. Your reactions are welcome. Happy New Year. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates, the Muslims. Barak Lau Fikum.